John Currie, and this is RockJock. The name RockJock was actually trademarked in 2006, and we were just looking for a name to name our product line of off-road products. When I was doing the rock crawling competitions, I just thought of the name, the rock, RockJock, because you're out running around the rocks, and you think of an athlete, and that's kind of what we were doing with the Jeep. It's kind of an athlete that's on the rocks is your Jeep. The symbol is an R and a J, and the way they fit together nicely, any way you turn it, it's always R and J. So it's perfect for a Jeep. If it's upside down, right side up, it's always RJ. It's a perfect symbol for a Jeep. It works really nice. We started making off-road products back into the mid-'80s. 9-inch Ford stuff, and me and my brothers and my dad had Jeeps, and then we started with another line of products for Jeeps, and then we made a twin stick shifter for a CJ7 with the Dana 300 transfer case. We made aluminum replacement dash knobs for a CJ7. So guys started buying the knobs like crazy because they just break all their knobs off, put a complete set of these aluminum knobs on their Jeep. And then that grew into, we started doing bumpers, we started doing body protection, we started doing suspension. We made our own leaf springs with YJ. The TJ came out, which was the first coil sprung Jeep. That's when we got into the Johnny joint. That's when we developed the Johnny joint to steering products, to full suspensions. So it just kind of kept growing. Our first competition that we ever did in rock crawling was in 1998, at the end of 1998, matter of fact, and it was in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And we basically took a Jeep there that had all of our Johnny joints on it. It had the brand new product that we showed up there with nobody knew about was the Antioch Sway Bar. Nobody knew what a sway bar was connected to Jeeps. Oh, you can't, sway bars don't work on Jeeps. You disconnect, you throw all that stuff away. Well, we had built an off-road sway bar, so when we went to that event, nobody understood what an Antioch Sway Bar did. It was me and my dad competed in a TJ that we called Rocky Road, and we actually finished, in the competition, we finished second overall, and good friends of ours actually won it. And then going forward from there, the one friend of mine, Jeff Wagner, his nickname was Rookie, and I teamed up to make a team. We competed for, I think, 2 or 3 years after that. We competed in rock crawling together. Well, the next year we went on to win the rock crawling championship, and then I competed another year with him, and then I got out of it, and he bought the real famous Jeep called the Fire Ant. The first year we competed in the Rocky Road, and I built this other Jeep called the Fire Ant. We were talking to some guys at Jeep, and they offered to give me a Jeep to build a rock crawler out of. And I told them what I was doing, and they gave us a brand new Jeep Cherokee that had an overhead cam V8, which was a Mercedes design, and that's what the Fire Ant had in it, and 5-speed tranny as well. So we built the Fire Ant, and then the next year we won the championships in the Fire Ant. I competed one more year after that, and then at that point I realized, hey, the Fire Ant's kind of getting outdated. We need to build something. What's the next newest thing? And at that time, I was spending so much time rock crawling, I figured I probably should get back in the shop. And at this same time, me and my brothers have been in business together all this time. And everybody's kind of got their own interests. They're going their own way. Why don't we divide the company up? We've actually got 2 different sides of this company. We got the rear end side of it, and we got the suspension and steering side of it. How about we divide this up? So it kind of made, hey, it makes sense. I wouldn't have been interested other than my son, which is an engineer, was interested in doing something. And that was my plan. Hey, I'm gonna go do something with him. If I could have my own piece of it and then basically give it to him, then he's got his own thing. He doesn't have 4 or 5 other partners that he's dealing with. It's gonna be 100% his. I'm really doing product development, and then I have an engineer that works directly for me. All the product that RockJock ever had, it was all my idea. Hey, this was something we need to do. This is something we need to do. It was something to do like when I was off-roading and rock crawling. Hey, we need this. That if I'm building a Jeep, I want to have. That's how the Johnny joint came along. That's how the Correctland came along. That's how the Sway Bars came along. That's your best product. Make something stronger that's weak. What's the simplest way that nobody ever thought of to fix this problem? That's the way the Johnny joint is. We had an issue with Heim joints being noisy, and urethane joints not having the amount of movement that they need. And then as they wore, they would get loose and squeak. So we had all these things. Hey, what can we do to solve that problem? So that's where the Johnny joint came with. Now we've taken a step further. We have a new product called a rock nut that we say, hey, I think this is a pretty good idea. Let's patent this one and see where it goes. It may never go anywhere, but we have a patent pending on it. We're taking up approximately 15,000 square feet of this building. We also run the complete machine shop. So we're still building product for Currie. At the same time, we're building stuff for RockJock. A long arm suspension coming out for the JL. We're going to expand our Sway Bar deal. We're going to some steering for the JL as well. So the new vehicles. We're looking forward to the new Bronco coming out. We're currently working on the JT. That's right before SEMA. We released the rear sway bar for the JT, and the front sway bar on the JT is the same as the JL. But what can we do that our competitors can't do because maybe they don't have the volume? And one thing we're doing is, like on our anti-rocks, we've always had a fabricated arm for the sway bar. Now we're making a forged arm for the sway bar. We actually won an award for that arm at SEMA this year. We're looking at, how we could save time boxing stuff. You notice now when you get a RockJock product, it actually will come in a printed box, and that box is made specifically for the parts that are in it. One of the reasons we're doing is we're trying to spend less time on the packaging of it. So we're making a box. We maybe spend a little bit more on the box, but we're going to save it in the time it takes to box it. And plus it has a lot more professional look when it gets to our customer, and that's very important to us. People have asked us for years, hey, how come you guys don't make your own long arm? Now, RockJock can focus on just suspension. So we actually have a long arm coming out for the JL and the JK. We'll be working on something really soon for the JT as well. And this stuff is, like I said, it's uniquely ours. Like the rock nut, that was developed just when we started thinking about long arm suspensions. One of the things was, hey, we don't just want to use a regular jam nut on there. We want to do something that's different, uniquely ours. It would give a customer a reason to buy it from us instead of buying it from somebody else. And every product that RockJock makes, I'm personally involved in. How it works, the way it works, the cosmetics of it, the colors of it, whatever it is. Luckily for me, I have some good help with my son with his ideas, and then we have a good engineer that works for us as well, has a good eye for what stuff should look like. Thank you for watching and listening to me. Look for rockjock4x4.com and watch for us on social media.
All right, thank you for watching that fuel-fed feature. Want to see more? Be sure to visit blacktopmagazine.com. And while you're there, subscribe to our e-newsletter. We have fuel-fed features each and every month delivered right to your inbox. All right, thank you for watching.
Hello, my name is Zoe Scarlett, and please make sure to subscribe to BlackTop TV here on YouTube.